Hey everybody, it's Tyler Austin from Midgard Strength and Conditioning. Thank you so much for watching. So bicep curls, arguably the favorite exercise of all men everywhere, because what guy doesn't want to have big biceps and big arms, which there's nothing wrong with that as long as your bicep curls are programmed appropriately within the overall context of your programming. But either way, it's probably the favorite exercise of all men everywhere, and even some women too. And the staples being, of course, the barbell curl and the dumbbell curl, with there being a bunch of different variations, machine curls and all that. All of them have their place and can be effective, obviously, but there's one variation of bicep curl that a lot of you probably haven't heard of and probably haven't tried, and that is the towel curl. And all this is you take a relatively long face or hand towel and you just weave it through your normal 2-inch barbell plates, however many you want, obviously, with the weight you want to curl. You can just grab on either end of the face towel and you curl it, and that's all that is to it. Obviously very equipment efficient. All you need is a face or hand towel, relatively long one, which you probably have a million of these laying around your house anyways, and if you don't, they're literally like $2 in virtually every store, so a relatively or very, very cheap investment in terms of equipment. And your 2-inch barbell plates, that's all you need. Although really simple equipment wise, it's actually a very, very effective bicep curl variation, and I think personally it's actually my favorite, and a lot of my clients really love it too. The reason for that is because the towel is a relatively, let's say, flexible instrument, if you will, at least compared to like a barbell. It allows you to rotate your wrist through pronation and supination throughout the curl. And a lot of you might not know this, but the primary function of the bicep is actually to supinate the hand. Supination is rotating your palms upward, and pronation is rotating them downward. So the primary function of the bicep is actually to supinate the hand. Secondary function is to aid in elbow and shoulder flexion. That's actually the secondary function of the bicep. So the primary function is actually to do this with the hand, supinate the hand. So being able to rotate your wrist through pronation and supination throughout the curl is actually very, very useful in isolating and training the bicep. And you're able to do that really easily with a hand towel as compared to something, especially like a barbell, which is obviously a stiff, rigid instrument and doesn't really allow you to move your wrist very much throughout the movement. But you can do that with a hand towel or face towel, which is one of the reasons why I find it to be very, very effective. But there are several ways you can do towel curls. Obviously, the most effective way to isolate the bicep is to do exactly what I just described, which is to supinate the hands as you do the curl. So you're doing this motion right here as you are performing the curl. But you can do like hammer curls if you want with the towel, which is keeping your wrist relatively neutral and curling like this. Do these standing, obviously, but you can also do them seated as well if you sit on the very edge of like a bench. So that way the plates don't hit the bottom of the bench. Obviously, got to spread your legs a little bit too to give more clearance to the weights, but you can do them seated, and you can adjust the width of your grip as well to however long the towel is, and obviously how much weight you have on there. But you can adjust your grip outwards and inwards. If you'd like a little wider grip curl or narrower grip curl, you can do either one with them, either one of those, obviously depending on how long your towel is. And all that. I mean, again, it's just a very simple way to curl weights. All you need is a hand towel and your normal 2-inch barbell plates, and that's it. You can load a lot of weight with them, especially if you're using like smaller 25-pound plates. So you can really load this really heavy if you want, or you can load it as light as you want, obviously too. And yeah, so I mean, I find this to be a very, very effective bicep curl variation. It's personally my favorite, and a lot of my clients really like it too. So if you have not tried towel curls, I highly suggest you give them a shot, and hopefully you find them to be a very useful and effective bicep curl variation to add to your programming. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, informative, and entertaining. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow depending on where you're watching this. You can follow me on Instagram at Tyler_MidgardStrength, and I am also on Zion. My two community pages are Midgard Strength and Conditioning and Gungnir Strategic. You can scan their respective codes here or search for them on the community search page. If you like my strength and conditioning content, check out my podcast, the Classical Strength Podcast, available on all major podcast platforms. Finally, if you would like to become stronger and healthier than you've ever been in your life, consider hiring me as your coach. I offer the most effective and personalized online coaching in the industry. So if that's something that would interest you, visit my website, MidgardStrength.com, or you can email me directly at tyler@midgardstrength.com. Thanks for watching.